facing an enemy that's killing civilians on both sides and promises to blow you off the face of the earth. That the Israelis comply with the rules of war. Notice they never list them. Well, I read them. They have almost no application to this. Rules of war against Nazi terrorists who time and again slaughter your people and say they won't stop until they slaughter all of them. Think about this. If the IDF hadn't stopped the Hamas terrorist Nazis after 2 days, they would have murdered, if they could, all 7 million Jews. If they could, they would have murdered all 7 million Jews. And even before the first tank rolled into Gaza, they're told the Israelis they need to feed and medicate the Palestinians who live in Gaza. They don't say that to Hamas because Hamas is killing their own people. And because Egypt has blocked their way out. Because not a single Arab country will take a single Palestinian. How come they're not admonished? How come they're not lectured? I honestly never imagined that any American president would rearm an Iranian Nazi regime that threatens our country with nuclear annihilation and spends billions on terrorism against our country and the Israelis, among others, by intentionally allowing it to violate oil sanctions intended to economically strangle that regime to the tune of $70 billion. And 2 weeks before the attack on Israel makes a deal for our hostages for $6 billion, whether it's available today, tomorrow, it doesn't matter to me. Look at the immorality of that. The same regime that killed American soldiers in Iraq, that maimed American soldiers in Iraq. You see the pictures every day from charities that are still trying to raise money to take care of these people. That attempted to assassinate our former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, former National Security Advisor, John Bolton. You hand them $6 billion? In fact, you hand them $70 billion? The immorality alone of making these payments should be shocking to every American. And now Hamas tells Russian media that it took hostages because it saw what Joe Biden was willing to pay for them. And as of this moment, there hasn't been a single change in our relationship with Iran, which is now building nuclear weapons. Can you imagine if Iran has nuclear weapons, the blackmail, the threats, the terrorism, and the use? At the same time, the Biden administration leaves our own borders wide open,